तस्य ज्ञानशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन तस्मै ददाति स्मरणं। वन्दे श्रीकृष्णं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णं चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधापादं विरताश्रीशाकान्तं श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम। So we were discussing Bhagavad Gita. We saw the connection between each chapters. Second chapter discusses Sankhya Yoga and the results. But Arjuna asks a practical question that if Sankhya Yoga is making us Sthita Prajna and making us ready to go back to God, why we are in war? Then Krishna says that no, we are still not on that level. Our senses are not perfect. Our senses are still not wonderful. So we will become pretender. Instead of becoming a pretender, it is better to perform karma yoga. It is better to perform your action for yajna. So that way you will become perfect gradually. Even if you are on that level of spiritual platform where you don't have to do. So let's say somebody is a pure devotee, he doesn't have any action to perform. He is not obliged to Devarshi, Bhutam, Nadam, Tridam. He doesn't have any obligation to any of these things because he is already on the pure spiritual path. Then Krishna says, Naiva tasya kritenartha na kriteneya kaschana. There is no reason to do because they are pure. But there is no reason to not do also. Is it said that if you perform such actions then it will degrade you? If you perform your karma yoga, if you perform your sandhya vandanam, if you perform your daily puja, your worshipping ancestors and all, is it going to degrade you? There is no reason to not do it also. There is no reason to do karma yoga, there is no reason to not do. Then when you, for the benefit of others, what is the harm in doing? To be a role model for others. That is Krishna's argument.
They say that, like Shraddha, so they say that if we are worshipping Krishna, so our several ancestors will fast, they are all living. So then why to do Shraddha? So and that
Not
is
even
also
that.
we have to worship the demigods, and so therefore our Ananya Bhakti is not there to know.
Not even
Then
that.
so that is said that then it becomes Anya Bhakti. So therefore we are not there.
And we hear from Prabhupada purpose. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, there is no need Prabhupada to worship any god or to even perform ritual tarpan. Prabhupada uses these terms. But Krishna doesn't. I mean, in terms of directly translation, but indirectly translation. But Prabhupada is emphasizing more on pure devotion surface. That many of its purpose.
You see, in all these purports you read once again, there is a word separately used frequently. Separately word is used. That separately is a key word there. If you perform these things separately, independent of the Supreme Lord, then it's a problem. There is no obligation that it shouldn't. In fact, Arjuna was finding a fault in not performing Shraddha. He says that there will be Varna Sankara, they will Lupta Pindodaka Kriya, and it will be dosha, dosha reter kulagna Varna Sankara Karake. The Varna Sankaras will cause a dosha of Lupta Pindodaka. They will stop Shraddha Kriya, which will be a dosha. And it seems that Krishna has not addressed this point in Bhagavad Gita, saying that you are devotee, for you this problem will not happen. As Krishna anyway addressed that particular point, that no more Shraddha is required. Very soon, 18th chapter will come. Yajna dana tapak karma pavanani manishina. They must be done. says in the 18th chapter.
Actually, Padmanabh,
Hmm.
so he asked that question.
Hmm.
And Arjuna is putting so many arguments, but this argument that I will kill only my grandfather,
Hmm.
father, like that. So this point Krishna is not discussing in Bhagavad.
Yes. Why?
That only he is asking that why Krishna is not
Hmm.
telling this point or is cutting this point.
Hmm.
So what is the answer of this point?
Is Krishna the only person who is not discussing? If you see Narad Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj asks about Grihastha Karma, what Grihastha should do. Then among so many things, majority focus is on Shraddha Karma by Narad Muni, if you see. Narad Muni gives a big list of dates when you should perform Tarpana to your ancestors, you should perform Shraddha.
Okay.
In the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, after discussing Prahlad Maharaj's pastimes, you read. It is a big list. That's the most important thing Narad Muni emphasizes. 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto,
Vrindavan devotees.
in Vrindavan, Ramya Kahasa Upasana Vrajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita. The greatest devotees of Krishna are in Vrindavan. What the greatest devotees of Krishna are doing? When Uddhava visits, they are all performing Shraddha Karma. Souls, they are having constant companionship of. But they are doing these things. They are demonstrating that.
Can we say like this that Prabhupada is emphasizing on pure devotion service more because there is
No, the point here is that doing that separately or independently is bad. Doing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga separate from Bhakti, that will not liberate you. But if the amsha of devotion is there, if you are offering the Mahaprasada of Supreme Lord to your ancestors, then it is going to liberate.
Prabhupada is, I mean, I need to really go through and search there is things, but what I could recollect all the time that he's using the word like no need if you're doing pure devotion.
Yes.
In that sense, he's saying. But here we see in Krishna clearly stating that even those on pure devotion they are doing for the faith. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did. And
So you have to understand what Prabhupada meant by no need. What Prabhupada meant by no need was this. Naivatasya kritena artha na kritena ekasya. There is no need to do it. But there is no need to not do it also. There is no reason to not do it also. If four people are getting benefited by being a role model, by you being a role model, then you have to do.
I mean, I'm feeling that he's not emphasizing the other part.
See, Prabhupada, what do you expect? That all these things, Prabhupada has redirected you to other Smriti Granthas like Hari Bhakti Vilasa, and he has told you to read other Acharyas' literatures where all these details are emphasized. So, we cannot initially tell to everyone to do this, suddenly to do this, right? Gradually, we have to train them to higher
This is what
standard.
I'm trying to
Yes.
because of he wanted to emphasize first get into pure devotion, then
Let them
gradually
start pure devotion, then they will understand that this is also pure devotion. I will put it this way. I will not say that let you start pure devotion, then other things come. If I say like people are waiting to hear this from me, that first start pure devotion, then other things will come. That's not it. What I am saying is start pure devotion, then you will understand that all these are also pure devotion.
Yes.
So I put it this way. So no, just imagine situation. If I give up all this, my prescribed duties, my Shraddha Karma, and if I give up this now, if I give up all these things, saying I am on the level of pure devotion, my children, my grandchildren, they will not be on the level of pure devotion. What role model I am setting for them? What will they learn from me? They will not think that my father was a pure devotee and he didn't do. I am not a pure devotee. Let me do. What will? My father did not do. Family, tradition that stopped. Why should be? Yes. So
problem.
it will be a big problem. It will open the window of the Kriya. Whatever Arjuna is telling something, this problem will come. And we are only creating that after coming to Bhakti.
Actually, Arjuna can put this, therefore I will not fight. Because what the others do, time is work, so I will not fight. So,
And we are doing
how
that-
Krishna feels, how Krishna feels,
Simple. Krishna is telling your dharma, your
And we are
what happens
Yes.
if
everything will happen properly if you do your dharma.
I
If you do your dharma, everything will be taken care of. Everyone's, eventually you saw Dharmic society was created. Yudhishthira Maharaj created a better society. It did not happen that Varnasankara came. Very good society came after Yudhishthira Maharaj took over. So Arjuna's fears were unnecessary because he wanted to run away from dharma.
big flaw because
So today, if we emphasize that pure devotional service, there are people there are Matajis who are focusing on book distribution and Bhagavatam distribution and neglecting household duties. I'm seeing such cases. Neglecting children, they are neglecting family. Don't cook good food, tasty food for the husband because Bhagavatam distribution, book distribution is there. See, so.
Bhagavad Dharma and book
So the consequences, what do you expect? They are doing pure devotional service. They are not obliged to Devarshi Bhutam, Pranam Pitranam. They are not obliged to their husband. They are not obliged to children.
Actually, what I'm realizing right now that Arjuna is putting the point that I should not do this because
All these things.
Varna Sankara will happen.
Yes. And those Varna Sankara will stop doing all this.
And I'm putting myself in front, like,
And we are only stopping that.
and we are doing against of instruction of Krishna that no, I will do only. I'm running from my responsibility.
What Arjuna
Not exactly
wanted to do, what Arjuna wanted to
We are doing
do
that.
before Krishna's instruction,
Yes.
we are doing that. That means Krishna's instructions we have still not heard.
Giving the name of pure devotion
Yeah.
instead of dharma.
He was also doing same.
yeah, Arjuna was also putting
The same thing.
He was telling this argument of pure devotion service.
No, he did not say pure devotional service. He was telling that spirituality.
Yeah.
Correct. It's better to.
Big problem. So it's a very big problem. In fact, in second chapter only everything is repeated.
So that's why I told you, Adbhutam Roma Harshanam is simply Sanjay would not have said. By the time we finish 18 chapters, situation will be different. So then we saw that even with performing yajna, you can get entangled in fruitive activities. Okay, and lust is the enemy that can cause you to entangle in fruitive. So what will save us? Huh? What will save us from that?
Dharma and pure devotion.
by performing our this.
No. Next chapter. What is the connection from third to fourth?
Next.
Ah,
Right now,
knowledge. Knowledge will save us from negative activities. Giving up your karma will not save.
detachment of the
That will come by knowledge. Knowledge will get detachment, which is going to save you from getting in time.
And that knowledge, after getting that knowledge,
So the knowledge is also required. When you give, you teach those who are under you, your children, your students, your gurukulis, your city. Now they are doing this city preaching. Mass devotees they are recruiting. Everyone is becoming serious devotees, taking initiation. But they are coming to the level of devotion. But along with that, because dharma is not emphasized. Okay, yajna is not happening. So it's not that you are free from fruity mentality. You don't know that you have fruity mentality because you are not entering karma yoga. First you enter karma yoga, then you will understand I have so much fruity mentality, and then you start giving knowledge, jnana, and with that jnana, that fruity mentality will go.
devotee will be on so much peaceful.
If you don't go through this process, outside anyway you will have fruity mentality. For your job you expect profits, you will expect results, you will expect your, don't devotees aspire that I will have a bangla, I will have a gadi. Fruity mentality is gone.
They say you perform it with hormones.
Means, no, the point is Krishna is telling to give up fruity mentality. Are we able to give up? No. Better engage in Karma Yoga and along with that cultivate knowledge.
Sometimes we are more
At least.
entangled
Yeah.
in fruity activities after coming to
So
Bhakti.
at least that will purify. You are getting the connection so beautifully. Krishna is organized chapter by chapter, chapter by chapter. Then Arjuna asks a practical question that I also want to do Jnana Yoga. I want to be a nice devotee. Why you are engaging in war? And again he tells, no, no, no. That is where this point comes. When you do Shraddha Karma, when you do Sandhya Vandana, everything you do with the idea of Krishna Arpanamastu, you are doing it as a service to Krishna, surrender to Krishna. That surrender and service attitude will purify, not giving up. Giving up, when you say Devarshi Bhutam, Nanam, Pitrinam and all, he is not telling to give up. Because then Karma Yoga chapter will become irrelevant, unnecessary. He is telling you to purify that.
That means if Chaitanya is acquitting
Chapter
Krishna,
12 comes and different levels.
acquitting Krishna consciousness.
Yes,
That's
action in Krishna consciousness. Purify that. And there is no guarantee that all of you will be able to purify. Only Shanam Sahasrashu. Only few of you will be able to purify. That will at least do Karma. So this is my point. When we are training children, group of children, and when we are investing them, then only some come to this level where they will dovetail their activities in Krishna consciousness, where they will do it for Krishna. Others, at least they will do Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is better than sinful. So now, right from the beginning, if you tell Devashi, nothing doing, nothing, only pure devotional service, any of you are going to get few people only. Rest will go into sinful activities. So this is so nicely put by Krishna.
So Upanishads are given because
Yeah.
not like
See, Vedas are not simply given just like that. It's systematic way. And then what is the connection with 6th chapter? Even if you are engaged in devotional service and offering everything to Krishna, still your mind is not under control. Mind is disturbed. So don't think that after coming to temple and performing bhakti and all, automatically mind has come under control. There should be some specific regulated food. We cannot keep doing Ekadashi feast all through our life. Gradually, Chaturmasa, Ekadashi, these things have to be followed. All the vratas, upvasas, tapasyas have to be followed, and regulated lifestyle to control the mind and is required. Senses is required.
why you are doing artificial with this?
Yeah.
I mean, sure you would have.
So mind, how to control the mind? So just bhakti is not so easy or cheap. Sages would not have. If it was so easy, sages would not have given it. Why they have given all these rules? Chaturmasa Vrata and Ekadashi Upvasa and other fastings.
Chaturmas and Vrata is actually just giving up this green.
See, Shaka Vrata, that's a detailed thing. I will explain some other time, but in short, I will tell you. Actually, if you see, the Sanskrit word Shaka means vegetables. So, the real followers of Shaka Vrata, 1 month they don't eat any vegetables.
No potato, nothing.
That is first level. For newcomers, at least let them start with green leaf.
Greeny leaf.
Yeah, let them at least start with that as first level. Gradually,
Potato, everything.
no vegetables, no chili. One
So
month.
it's under the basis.
Hmm.
Even dried version we can't. We
Hmm.
can take.
Hmm.
Like dry chili we can take.
No, nothing.
No.
But that comes in under incest.
Huh? That we have made it like that. Shaka is Shaka, no? Vegetable.
No.
Dry chili.
Dry
Yeah,
chili.
dry chili was wet once upon a time. It was a vegetable.
Understood. Actually, it's right. वो शक्कर मैं भी सोचता था कि कंफ्यूजन है तो धनिया ले सकते हैं लेकिन ये नहीं ले सकते हैं
हाँ.
पूरा लाल वाली ले सकते हैं हरी वाली नहीं ले सकते
Actually, what we were thinking that shaka means whatever sabji we are cooking, that is shaka, not that dhania patta or.
That's
because
what-
we are not.
No, it's okay. You are still getting purified with that level. I don't say it is wrong. But gradually, if you can do more, your mind will control more.
problem is that people say that is ultimate. I mean that is the end.
If you can do more, your mind will be more under control. Is it not good if you have mind more under control? Prabhupada, what he did? He gave simple rules. But people, what they were doing, 24 hours they were engaged in seva. Book distribution, preaching, temple, this, that, 24 hours. That time, seva means full time, nothing else. So he was able to make such a big transformation in the lives of people. But today, what is happening? Today, we are taking the simple rules of Prabhupada, but we are not working as hard as his first disciples. Full-time service in temple. So, how will purification happen? It cannot happen on the same scale. Either we should make everyone full-time, which is not practical. It was practical. It was possible in first days of ISKCON. Today, it's not practical.
Well,
You cannot have.
ISKCON was not expanded.
Yes.
And
So
Prabhupada
the
also this faced that problem, so therefore he introduced Varnashram.
so the only solution is Varnashram. There is no other solution. And in Varnashram, all these vratas will come to control the mind. You have to do this austerities to control them.
But we go for our Varna to decide the temple, to tell me what is our. And
No, that discussion will come. Eventually, it will come how it is decided and all those things. That's a different thing. But the point here is that all these steps which Krishna has given are very genuine and are very needed. At least till now, we did not find anything which is rejected. Correct. So, first 6 chapters deals about Jiva Tattva. Next 6 chapters deals about Ishvara Tattva. So, 7th chapter deals about who the Supreme Lord is and who go to Him, who don't go to Him. Correct. And what is the procedure to do. And then basic definitions are given in the 8th chapter, and mostly it is discussed about what happens at the time of death. If you remember Krishna at the time of death, you will go to Him. But there is no guarantee that everyone will remember. Most of us, it's very rare. If we expect that we all will guarantee remember Krishna and guarantee go back to Godhead, it's not going to happen. It's very, very rare. And there are more greater beings than us who are already in queue. So we are far behind actually. So this concludes 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is 9th chapter?
what was 8th chapter about?
Attaining the Supreme, going back to Godhead. If you remember Krishna, you should understand that Supreme Lord is miserable. Then you should understand that Krishna is the only hope. Remember Krishna all the time. And while passing away, if you remember Krishna, then you will go back. But it is very difficult task because already so many people are there. Some people.
What was the correction from 6 to 7?
6th to 7th. Once your mind is under control, where you will put your mind? So that will be on the Krishna, Supreme.
And 8 is a reality.
What will happen if you put your mind on Krishna? If you have the knowledge of the Absolute, then what will happen? Then you will perfect your life and go back to God.
So that is in 8.
Yes. Now, 9th chapter is focusing on Rajavidya, the king of all knowledge, where Krishna explains about his opulence and his knowledge, how everything is under his control, the whole thing he stresses. And Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanamashrita. He is telling a difference between him and other living entities. 9th chapter, the purpose is to establish that he is different from all other living entities, whoever it may be. It may be human beings, it may be demigods, it may be ancestors, whoever it may be, he is superior to all of them. That point he is emphasizing in the 9th chapter. Correct? So, those who don't understand this difference, they are all fools. They think that Krishna is also an ordinary person who has come to this world. And such people get attracted to atheistic views. Whereas Mahatmas are not like that. Duratmas think that Krishna is an ordinary person, get attracted towards atheistic views. Whereas Mahatmas, they understand Krishna is the Supreme. And they dedicate themselves for him. And they are always chanting his glories. So Krishna further says how he is the controller of everything. He is the master of everything. Everything is because of him. Okay. He holds the rain, he sends the rain, he is controlling matter, he is controlling spirit. And those who study the Vedas and those who want to go to heavenly planets, they are also worshipping him only actually, but indirectly. Means the demigod worshippers are worshipping Krishna indirectly. Whereas Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Parayam. Imagine, if you are indirectly worshipping Krishna, if you are worshipping through the demigods, you are getting a heavenly planets, you are getting so much happiness. If you directly worship Krishna, how much more benefit it will be. That point he is giving comparison. Rajavidya means comparison between Krishna and others. That is the point that is there in here.
Krishna Pada.
Yes. Anti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Anti Pitrivrata. Uteni Anti Bhuteja Majja Jinopi Antima. He is telling that if you go to demigods, you will go to them. If you go to Pitris, you will go to them. If you are my devotee, then you will come. That point he is telling. Okay. Okay, Krishna is so great. He is beyond the demigods. Then to worship him may be very difficult. Because for demigods only there are so many rules. Then who is beyond the demigods? To worship him may be even more difficult. So how can you worship such a great God? He said, no, it is not like that. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yume bhaktir. If I, out of devotion, if you offer just these 4 things to me, I will be satisfied. 1 leaf, 1 flower, little water, and 1 fruit. These 4 things if you offer to me, I will be satisfied. Okay, and those who offer to me, even if they are fallen birth, Episyu Papayonaya, Striyo Vishyas Tata Shudras, Tepiyante Param. Papayoni means those who have sinful birth. In the past, those who have done sinful activities, they will fall in lower births. Stri, Vaishya and Shudra. Even there also there is degradation. There is gradation. Shudras are more Papayoni than Vaishyas. And Stri, Brahmana Stri is less Papayoni than Vaishya Stri and Shudra Stri. Stri also, Brahmana Stri is less Papayoni than Vaishya Stri and Shudra Stri. So everywhere there are gradations, even within them also. It's not that Papayoni means one Papayoni.
And if Brahmana Stri is better than Vaishya?
Yes, Stri.
No, not Stri. Vaishya.
Vaishya Purusha, that will be subjective. It can happen also. It will be subjective based on their level of advancement. We cannot say that. Could happen also. Okay. So, whatever you do, do it as an offering to me. Because Krishna says he is equal to everyone. And this devotional service to Krishna, this offering to Krishna is so great that while doing this, even if you do some mistake, api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhakti. Ananya bhakti you are doing, even if you do mistake, it will be forgiven. Very soon you will become dharma. Why? Because you are connected with Krishna. He is helping you. That is the point. Because he is helping you. So that is the thing. When I was very new to Krishna, I would tell this path you are going, it will be very different because materially you will be zero, and spiritually one day if you leave this path also, then you will not be here, you will not be there. What will happen? But then I read that 2nd chapter verse, which is that no, it's near that only it is. What is that? Swalpam apyasya neha vikrama nashasti pratyavayona vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya. See, the point here is that when you are on the path, this path, then Krishna is with you. And because Krishna is with you, he is giving the intelligence as to what is right and wrong. So you will never be lost. That's the point here. So those who are on this path, it is Krishna who is giving. So sometimes somebody might tell, oh, your bhakti may be destroyed if you do this, if you do that. Okay. We have to be afraid of Maya, no doubt. But at the same time, we should also understand that Krishna is working and he is giving the intelligence. Suppose I may be taking some, now whatever we are discussing, this is controversial. ISKCON may not like it. If they may accuse that, oh, you are going on the wrong path, your bhakti will be destroyed. But don't you think Krishna is helping? And if a person is really sincere, will he not bring them on the right path if they are on the wrong? So Krishna's help will be there in all these things. Okay. So sincerely that effort we have to take. Then Mami Partha Vipasityo Kim Punar Brahmana Punya Bhakta. So he compares that what about the righteous Brahmanas and saintly kings? They will also do definitely great. So that is why Manmana Bhavamat Bhakto Madhyajin. Don't take shelter of anybody else, just think of me. In that context, he is telling that no need to separately worship the demigods, no need to separately go to ancestors and all. Think of me, become my devotee. Mamaiva Yuktivam Atmanam Yaprayan. Here, Krishna is, this is different from 18th chapter Manmanam. Mamaiva Yuktivam, being absorbed. Okay, you be absorbed in me and be different and be devoted to me. That is the point here. He's telling.
But then what is the Mishra Bhakti? Because generally the devotees they say Mishra Bhakti means you are worshipping Krishna also, and if some problem comes to you, so you go to demigods.
12th chapter we will discuss that. It will be interesting actually. 12th to 15th, in this 4 chapters it will be very clear for you what is Shuddha Bhakti and what is Mishra Bhakti. Because presently this seems confusing. Still it is not clear. We have to admit that 9 chapters we have gone through, still there are many things which are not clear. They have to be clear just by reading 2nd chapter. Correct. So after 9th chapter also still many things are not clear. So the 10th chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. I will not discuss much because for our theme there is nothing much here. Of course Krishna, one thing you should understand is that Krishna is in everything. And if a person has to meditate on Krishna, in whatever circumstances it is possible to meditate on. It is not that you have to be in temple in this and one. Of course, coming to temple is great. We are not discouraging people from coming to temple. But then, being a devotee like us is the only way to meditate on Krishna. Not like that. Krishna's opulence is found everywhere. And Vibhuti Yoga, purpose of giving that is you can see Krishna in everything and in everywhere. You should learn that art, how you can see Krishna. That is the only that is the major purpose why Krishna is giving this Vibhuti Yoga. Just again come back. What does what is this 6th chapter where we ended? Saying that mind is under control. Now the mind has to be absorbed in Krishna. So how the mind will be absorbed in Krishna? Through this Vibhuti Yoga it will be easily absorbed. Because in everything you will be able to see Krishna. So that is the point here. And Arjuna accepts that you are the Supreme Lord and not because I am sentimentally attached to you, but because of great sages in Parampara, I am accepting you.
After this, after putting mind on Krishna, then we will go to back to Godhead. That's in 8th chapter. So in 9th chapter, so what was the meaning?
So if your mind is completely absorbed in Krishna, you will go back to Godhead. Now to make your mind more absorbed in Krishna, it is offering a comparison between Krishna and demigods. Why his position is superior and how you can meditate on him, Manmana Bhavamat. Till that level it is. And then further Vibhuti Yoga comes. Okay. Krishna, can he be seen only in deity form? No, there are so many places where his opulences can be experienced.
But they say, I mean, what I learned over the time that these are all expansions on Krishna. I mean, not
Yes.
that direct. I mean, this is not the best way to meditate.
Yes. Best way to meditate is on the two-handed form that will come in the next chapter. But the point is that you are always not, your mind is still always not completely on two-handed form. You are not like the Goswamis of Vrindavan. He Radhe Prajadevi ke chalalite he nanda sunok. Sri Govardhana kalpa pata patale kalindi vane kurta. Koshantaviti sarvato brajapure kheder mahavipu. Vande rupa sanatana raghavivo Sri Jiva Gopal. They are always meditating on Radha and Krishna. We are not on that level. So we deal with outside world. We do so many things. So in the process of dealing with all these things, we should know that there are other places also where this meditation on Krishna can happen.
These always help us to progress.
Yes.
Not to
Yeah.
instead of trying to be focusing on the two and some we should be always otherwise we may go down.
Yes. Vedanam samvedosmi. Okay. you are not a pure devotee, fine, you are a Vaidika Pandita. In Vedanam Samavedosmi, while chanting the hymns of the Vedas, you can meditate on Krishna. Then, mm,
Chillo में Chilian Chillo
Ah.
among the cheaters I am
yes, among the Brahmanas, I am Brahaspati. Among the generals, I am Kartikeya. Among the water bodies, I am ocean. If you go to ocean, you see very vast. If you take bath in ocean, the waves will throw you down. So, seeing that strong waves, you can meditate. Oh, Krishna's power is there in the oceans. Correct. Then, if you see the Vatavriksha, banyan tree, Ashwatha, then you can meditate. Oh, such a powerful banyan tree has Krishna's opulence in it. This is how it can be powerful. Correct.
Is that 10th chapter is link is that how you can do Manvanam?
Yes, that is it. I am the all-devouring death. Death, if somebody dies, you can meditate on Krishna. That eventually Krishna has proved his superiority. That once upon a time we were thinking that I will rule the whole world, but eventually one day it will be finished. Somebody is born, you can meditate on Krishna. How this baby came out. It was nothing once upon a time. Now it has taken this form. So somebody is doing gambling, then they have the intelligence to cheat. No? In gambling, the intelligence to cheat is there. So where is that intelligence to cheat is coming? Krishna says, I am giving you. So in good, bad, everything, Krishna's opulence is there. That is the point we should learn from this. At least we should get an idea that bhakti is not a monotonous thing. Our connection with Krishna is not a monotonous thing. It's not that just this one thing you are doing, that is the only thing everyone has to do. Morning get up, attend Mangalarti, chant Hare Krishna. I am not opposing all these things. No doubt all these things have to be done. A woman in the house may not be able to do it if she is able, if she has cooking service or if she has some other responsibility. Correct. And children may not be able to do it. Their situation may be different. But then there are different ways in which they can meditate on the Lord and gradually make progress. If you don't introduce all these ways, then what will happen? Either in or out. You are inside the house or you are outside. Within one family, okay, within an ashram you can do it. Within the temple ashram, if somebody joins and if he is not on that level, we can tell him, Prabhuji, please leave him. Can a father do it to his own children if they are not devotees? If a person is not devotee, what will you do? Will the father throw him out of the house? Cannot do.
not getting up, is it can you say not devotee? I guess this is a very good question.
No, let's say devotee means 16 rounds and taking initiation. Let us say. So let us assume that is the standard. So if somebody doesn't come to the standard and he is your son, can we throw them out? Father cannot do it. Right. Now Arjuna in the 11th chapter what he does? He wants to see this. Krishna has explained the opulence. He wants to see it pratyaksha. Why he wants to see that pratyaksha? Because tomorrow so many cheaters will come who will misguide. They will say that no, I am also Supreme Lord, I am also this. So if Krishna can demonstrate practically, then it will be easy to expose them, saying that Krishna has demonstrated it, why don't you do it? So that is why Krishna shows the universal form with unlimited things and all the powers. Actually, what Krishna is telling here, one thing Krishna is clarifying, very important thing Krishna is clarifying here. What is the thing he is clarifying is that Krishna doesn't need favor from us. Krishna doesn't need our dharma. Krishna is not begging Arjuna to follow dharma for Krishna's mission to be accomplished. What is Krishna's mission? Yada idai dharmasya glanirvavati bharata, to destroy the opposition. Okay, the wrongdoers. Now, here there is all the powerful generals on Duryodhana's side. Bhishma, Drona, Pramukata, Sarvesham cha Maikshit. The Bhishma is there, Drona is there. Bhishma has Ichamrityu. Whenever he desires, he will die. Nobody can kill him. Only when he desires, he will die. That is the first general. Somehow, by chance, if he falls down, then the next general is Dronacharya. Dronacharya was so powerful that you require another Dronacharya only to fight and defeat him. Nobody else will be able to defeat him. There is a second general. Then Karna, then Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama has no death, Chiranjeevi, he is still alive. In such presence of such powerful army, such powerful soldiers, this side the Pandava army, they just some sentimental relatives came to him. Like Drupada came, who is a relative, who is because of marriage. Virat came, he is also relative because of marriage. Just out of affection they came. They don't have such powerful generals. Krishna is there, but what Krishna is telling? I am not going to fight. I will just be a Sarthi, I will talk only. I will only give advice. If you want to listen. So that is Krishna's stand. And in this situation, the most powerful warriors on whom the hopes are there are Bhima and Arjuna. And that Arjuna, what he is telling, I will not fight. So what is Krishna's reaction? Will he think, without you, how will I manage? Please consider, because if you are not there, cannot do. No. He's telling, I have killed all these people. I have already killed all these people. If you want, you take the credit. Nimitta matra bhavasa. If you want, I am giving you a chance to take the credit. Otherwise, I don't need you also. Even without lifting weapons, without anything, Krishna doesn't need anybody to finish the war. Such powerful generals, he has finished all.
He can even act.
Huh?
He
He can empower one simple soldier to finish all of them. So, he has empowered such this same Arjuna to defeat them in Virata war already, previously. Krishna can do anything. So, Krishna doesn't need our dharma or us to follow anything. He has already accomplished his plan. If you are saying we want to establish Varnashrama, Krishna has already accomplished that plan. Only thing is, if we are instruments, then we will get the credit. That's the point. Correct. So that is the point he is emphasizing through the 11th chapter. Of course, at last the point comes as to universal form. The four-handed form is superior to the universal form, and the two-handed form of Krishna is more superior. It is easy to meditate on, and Arjuna likes that form. He is not disturbed by this. Okay. And one more important point in this chapter is time. See, Krishna has taken the form of time. Okay. Because Krishna is in the form of time, time will be different. Kali Yuga is a different time, Treta Yuga is a different time, Dwapar Yuga is a different time, Satya Yuga is a different time. And times are different. Krishna is influencing people in different ways at different times. Even in Kali Yuga, as the Kali Yuga advances, time is different. Winter season, time is different. Summer season, time is different. Day time is different. Night time is different. In all these different phases, pockets of time, Krishna is influencing us in different ways. So it is naturally expected that in all these different times, we react differently. Got the point? So that is why time, place and circumstance, when we say that, different circumstances, different times, Krishna is influencing differently for us to react differently. We cannot react the same way that Satyuga people reacted. For us, time is completely different.
Very individual specific.
Yes. So thing is that everything will be individually specific, situation specific, place specific, everything.
Common people say that it's time of Kali Yuga.
Uh.
So go according to the time. Go according
Yes,
to
you cannot have the same dharma as Satyuga. It's not possible. But some dharma you can have. Correct. You cannot say that no dharma is possible. Some dharma is definitely possible.
and then what is the definition of that? Because they
That is already defined. No, pravartitam chakram, yajna cycle you will follow varnashrama dharma and you do it in a way that is Krishna conscious.
that was previous. Now the Varnashram system is broken. Demolished.
No,
So
we will come to that point. You see, four varnas exist in human society always. Satur varnam maya srishtam. Even in Western countries, even in Muslim countries, there are some laborers, there are some intelligent people,
Even
there are some
corporate,
soldiers.
even in corporate, for me.
Division is nature's law. You cannot have everyone equal. Even if you have some ants, some ant will go in front, other ant will follow. Sequence. Division is there in every
Then
walk of
worker
life,
and queen and
everywhere. So, division is already there. Just formalize it is what Krishna is saying. Formalize means for specific people make specific rules. That formalization is required. That's it.
they will give in Vedas.
Shastras. Karma brahmodbhavam vitti brahmakshara samabhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna. Karma is defined in Brahma Vedas. And those Vedas are uttered by Akshara, Supreme Lord. That is why eternally this karma vidhi is there in Vedas. So if you follow the Vedas, automatically you will get this. That is the difference. You cannot say that you cannot make classless society. Classes will be there in society. If whether the classes are defined by Vedas or not defined by Vedas, that is the only deciding factor. If they are not defined by Vedas, they will create chaos, they will create happy society, they will create Epstein files, all this will happen. If they are defined by Vedas, they will not create it. That is the only difference. But it.
Shri Krishna says, Vedas is always
Yeah,
not
very powerful point. So, we will begin with 12th from tomorrow. 12th chapter.
many Vedas.
Now it will be a little slow. We will not have the same speed. 6 to 12, we did not discuss much points because for our theme, surrendering, well, it was different. So, any questions?
I mean, it is already given in Shastra what dharma one has. Prescribed duty, let me use the word prescribed duty. Or Brahmana Shastra. Time progresses, things changes. Things changes. Uh, people may do the farming but may not be with the help of bull, but they may do with the
Tractor.
tractor. Which is somewhat some papa have come in that sense.
Yes.
But still they are trying to be a farmer. People are not able to do the business of grains, but they are doing the business of some plastics. But they are doing business. So, I mean, still it is better about the.
Yeah, at least they are following some dharma. They are following their swadharma. But the more you connect with machine society, the more the sin part will start increasing. One thing, sense enjoyment part will start increasing. That is risk. That risk is
Because
there.
papa is
Huh?
Because
Yes.
papa is
No, pap is there, the desires will increase, sense enjoyment.
not purified. No?
Yes. So that is the second problem. Again, same thing, you cannot directly offer it to Yajna. Indirectly you have to offer it to. So because indirectly you are offering through the money that you are offering, some money you will keep for yourself. That will increase the desires.
But this is going to go in that direction only. Look, it is. This yoga is meant for that only. I mean, this
Yeah,
divide
that's
of-
where I am telling you the point that time, place, and circumstances. I did not complete that point. Every situation is different. Every circumstance is different. And devotion that you do in different circumstances, your decisions will be different. You cannot have the same approach as other yugas or same approach as other places. Or for example, if somebody is practicing bhakti in the West, he cannot do it in the same standard as we are doing. It's not possible. It's understood. I was discussing with Palini Mata, Prabhupada disciple, and some discussion was going on about farm communities and all. So I asked Mataji, how your ancestors lived in USA? It's extremely cold. In India, farm communities with higher standards, no electricity and all is easy. How your ancestors lived in USA when you? So she was telling that they had the furnace at home where fire would be lit, burning. What they would do is when evening comes, they will put stones in that fire. And when night comes, those stones are super hot. Super hot, these stones they keep under the bed. And they will put bed and they will sleep on that. That will give the warmth because it is extreme cold there. So they will be able to sleep in that warmth. Nowadays, all heaters and all have come. So they don't need that. But traditionally, they would do like that, their ancestors. Before the Westerners came, Red Indians didn't even know that, need that. The Red Indians, Native Americans, in that cold, they would just sleep on the ground. Actually, those areas are not habitable for humans. That is why population was less. Only for those humans who are disconnected from Vedic culture, they would stay there. Aborigines. In Africa, in America, in Australia, it was not a habitable zone. Only when industrial revolution happened, those areas became habitable. It started living there in the big way. Even if you see, 25% of world population is in this area. Huh?
In India, it's changed.
Yeah.
Winter will kill people. Were under the snow for 10 weeks recently.
So yeah, very small population is supposed to live there. Those who are completely, most of the population would live in this part only. Now because of industrial progress, population is increasing there. Okay. So under those circumstances, dharma actually can be properly practiced here. Yeah. So those who are there, they cannot expect the same standard. It is understood. But some level they can practice. And that some level should also be within the Vedas. You cannot use time, place and circumstances to manufacture a system which is outside the Vedas. Whatever little dharma you do, in whatever circumstances you are in, that all that should be defined by Vedas. And Vedas give definition for all circumstances. So you just have to search them.
Really?
Yes. It cannot be beyond the Vedic system. Then why 12th chapter is coming up then? You can practice different levels of devotion. Why Krishna is giving that scope? It is not there. So you cannot say that time, place and circumstances and manufacture something which is not Vedic. It should be defined within the Vedic bracket.
Whatever we are offering is indirectly to Krishna.
Yes.
Because we are not in
So eventually you have to create a society where even grahasthas, everyone should offer things directly to Krishna. They should live in dharma. They should work for yajna. If they are not devotees, it's okay. As long as they are working for yajna, it is fine. And it helps those who are on the path of bhakti also. Because the environment state is more conducive.